Operation Werewolf was supposed to be an elite group of German commandos trained in sabotage, assassination, psychological warfare, and guerrilla tactics behind enemy lines. The name was intentional. In German folklore, the werewolf was a creature that stalked the forest, attacked from the shadows, and vanished without a trace. Hitler believed the imagery alone could create fear among Allied troops. The unit was trained under SS officer Otto Skorzeny, one of the most dangerous and resourceful commandos in the Nazi regime. Recruits learned how to blend into ruined towns, steal Allied supplies, poison food, cut communications lines, derail trains, and assassinate key officials before slipping into the darkness. But from the very beginning, something about Werewolf never added up. The German High Command claimed Werewolf was tens of thousands strong, operating in secret all across Europe. Allied intelligence believed the numbers were exaggerated to create psychological panic. Yet after the war ended, reports surfaced of strange incidents that the Allies could never fully explain. Small American and Soviet units patrolling newly occupied towns reported seeing shadowy figures darting between buildings, too fast and too silent to be civilians. Military police investigating abandoned buildings found food rations stacked neatly in hidden corners, as if someone had been living there just hours earlier. More disturbing were the disappearances. In the spring of 1945, a series of Allied soldiers vanished during night patrols in towns that had supposedly been cleared of German fighters. Their rifles were left behind, their helmets on the ground, but the men themselves were gone. No tracks, no witnesses, no signs of a struggle. A pattern the U.S. Army never publicly explained. Local civilians spoke of forest men who emerged after dark, watching from the tree line. Some claimed they heard coded whistles in the night, followed by moments of absolute silence, as if someone, or something, was signaling in the darkness. Throughout late 1945, the Allies continued receiving reports of sabotage. Bridges collapsed without signs of explosives. Supply depots burned even though security had not been breached. Phone lines were cut in patterns too precise to be random. When investigators arrived, they found no footprints, no tool marks, and no evidence of escape routes. To this day, historians argue about what was real and what was wartime paranoia. Some say Werewolf was nothing more than propaganda, a bluff meant to slow the Allied advance. Others believe a small number of highly trained commandos continued operating for months after Germany's surrender, carrying out isolated attacks and disappearing into the forests. But the strangest part of the Werewolf story is this. After the war, Allied documents mention a handful of captured operatives who refused to speak, even under interrogation. They offered no names, no ranks, and no details. One prisoner reportedly told his interrogators, "You are not hunting soldiers, you are hunting ghosts." Whether Hitler's werewolf unit was a psychological weapon or a real terror that lingered long after the Reich collapsed, one thing remains certain. Something moved through the forests and ruins of Germany during those final months. Something silent, hidden, and watching. Something that earned the name Werewolf, and decades later, some of those incidents remain unexplained.